everybody, to the LEC Spring 2025 playoffs. There are 3 weekends between now and when we crown our spring champions, and the first one, it's a banger. It absolutely is. My name is Shox, and I'm joined here by Naimira and Dagda. And let's immediately pull off the bracket, because I feel like for this weekend specifically, and the stakes attached to it, if people don't know, whoever wins on Monday goes to MSI and also books their ticket to the spring finals. That is insane.
So we've just had an incredibly entertaining regular split. To start off our playoffs with this, it actually just doesn't get better.
No. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. And the fact that, like, the rivalries are already here. Like, you get to kick it off with Fnatic G2, KCM Koi. Like, this is such a sick way to start the weekend as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really cool that we get these two matchups, you know, G2 and Fnatic, who had always staked their claim as being the best rivalry, but now KC is giving them a run for their money versus MKoi as well. And I don't know, it's just a super exciting weekend, also knowing that we're moving into best of 5 Fearless, finally, because come on. Okay, I don't want to talk bad about the best of threes like behind their back, but this is the real deal.
But it's either like the drafts are either going to be fantastic by game 5, or we're going to hate our lives.
Yeah,
like, something will be cooked. Whether it smells of smoke, we will discover that.
Yeah, do we have trust in our teams actually?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we do.
Loosely, yes.
We're proven guilty.
Yes, and just so people know, KC, as they locked in first seed, they were able to pick their opponent, and they actually elected to play versus MKoi. And regardless of what reasons are behind that, I'm really happy. I think this is one of our new gen rivalries that I'm really, really happy to see, where MKoi kind of, they're looking at KC as, oh, we also want to be at that point. We want to be in a position where we can win finals again.
And the thing about this rivalry, which is equally interesting to me, is actually, you know, you see all these things. Are these teams still keeping up in that, keeping that rivalry alive? Because sometimes we've seen eras where G2 are like, oh, is it really a rivalry versus Fnatic? We've been through that now, and I think Fnatic may be on the other side of the coin of that. And now, of course, with KCM Koi, maybe there's a bit of a difference in era there too.
The more rivalries, the better. But as said already, this isn't just our very first playoffs weekend. It's also incredibly special if you manage to win on Monday, meaning winning your first best of 5, be it today or tomorrow, and then the best 5, then you actually go to MSI, because 2 seeds go, and you would already be in the spring final. And so we have it, we called it a golden ticket. If you see, there's something behind your couch. Oh. If you want to show the audience.
Oh my God. I've not seen that. Are you kidding me? We have a golden ticket.
We actually do. It's
Why didn't you show me this in rehearsals?
For this.
Are you kidding? This is all I've ever wanted.
But, well, it's not for you. It's for one of our 4 teams. So we also dubbed this mini tournament that we have for a golden ticket kind of proving grounds. Not the NA version this time. It is about all these teams proving something. Dagda, can you run us through it? Because every single team has so much at stake.
Yeah, I think it, like, whichever way you want to start it, like, I'll go with Fnatic because they're first over there. But I think for them, it's really proving that they can finally lift a title. Like, 2018 summer was the last time that they were able to do it. It's been such a long time. And for players like Upset and Razork that still have never been decorated, I think it means a lot for them to try and pick up that first crown. And even then, looking at someone like G2, who they're going up against later today, it is so important for these guys because it's proving they can still get back to the top.
Yeah.
I was too busy looking at the
I know you love it. It's so beautiful. I think let's go on to MKoi as well. Yeah. And for MKoi, I really think like a lot of people might not give them the credit they deserve for the improvements that they've made, because they're such heavy hitters, because there's the KC story, the G2, the Fnatic. But to me, they have some of the most improved, like in JoJo, the most improved player for me maybe of the entire split. And you see that they really want to get to that next level.
And I think of all of their matches versus the top teams, they gave a good shout versus every single team that I would consider to be a contender for this split. The fact that they're in there taking games, taking series is awesome. The fact that they managed to do it in an arena series as well, even better. I think for those who are thinking, oh, well, you know, there are the teams which have won the titles before, we expect more from that. You have to pay attention to this team.
And I think it's for the players themselves proving they're at the top as well. Because for me, this is like the lifeblood of the new era of the LEC. Like, you're looking at Alvaro, Supa, Miran now starting to enter into the top of the top laners. And I think it's been sick to see that improvement as time goes on. And as you say, like, for me, it's been the most improved. But it's now showing and proving that they belong in that top area.
Yeah, I agree there. And for KC, it is about proving they can win back-to-back. But Yike said it also in the video that we're going to see again later. Again, he wants to be the one that starts that era. He kind of stopped G2's era, but it was not, I mean, he got kicked, but then he stopped it anyway.
It's crazy because he now holds that record for like 7 titles in a row, the most of any player in the LEC. And like, obviously G2 gutting to take that away from him, but it's so cool to see also a newer player in the LEC now being the one to hold that title.
Yeah, and I think particularly for Yike, it's proving that it wasn't just a G2 thing. He was a huge part of that.
Yeah.
So many players buy into that too, Casey. They want to show they're a step above.
Yeah, and it seems like that byline goes for another team as well, because Mickey is, of course, now on Fnatic, and it took them, they lost Caps, right? And then they had all the issues and weren't able to win the title again. Is this maybe the sign that they needed? The fact that Mickey is now swapped from G2 into Fnatic, also some of their coaching staff. But how do we feel about them going into these playoffs?
Well, typically for Fnatic, to give the comparison, typically I think when they hit playoffs, I have that slight worry about Fnatic. Is something going to go wrong after a very good regular split? Well, now you have the Duffman effect, which we love talking about here, and Mickey as well. I think the mental factor has to be something which I see more in their favor now than before.
I think they're traitors and betrayers, a lot of them. They should be taken out. No, I think, like, realistically, I think it's been really cool because you can see how much of an identity Fnatic have gotten from Mickey, where it's, hey, we're going to have this kind of push in mid, but we want to send him out on his own. Like, he's going to start interacting the map. How he's been facilitating Razor. Like, he really has become such a big part of that identity. And I do think it's guys like Duffman who have come in and help the team understand what that role is and how Mickey can facilitate that. But I think for him, it's obviously he wants to do what Yike has done, is step away from G2. And when he didn't find that success in the past, when he moved to Excel, now trying to see if he can finally find that success out of the G2 house on Fnatic.
Yeah, it's hard to bounce back when you've been in that situation. I think on the other side of the coin, you also have Caps, and I think Nymera will be looking closely at him these playoffs.
Yes. I personally don't think he was a top 3 mid throughout the regular season. And while there are differing opinions on that, the fact that he is not definitively the best mid laner in the league and not definitively the best player in the league is a departure from what we know he can do.
Definitely is. And lucky us, Ginny is now sitting by with Caps and Mickey in our Marriott Bonvoy pregame check-in.
Thank you, Aethia. Welcome, everyone, to the pregame interview with G2 Caps and Fnatic Mickey. You know, you've been on Fnatic now for this year, and it's going pretty well. I thought it would be really fun to have both of you sit here, considering, you know, you used to be on Fnatic, now you're on G2, you used to be on G2, now you're on Fnatic. We have the Fnatic G2 rivalry. So heading into this game, Mickey, how are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. Usually this matchup is the most hype, for me especially, but just historically as well, Fnatic G2 always pretty hype matchup. So yeah, that's the one I was looking forward to the most. And it's a best of 5 as well, so that's even more fun than just, you know, 1 or 2 games. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Usually it goes the way of G2. Are you feeling confident today, Caps?
Yeah, I mean, definitely very confident. I believe I never lost the best of 5 against Mickey, so...
Really?
I think so. Maybe I made it up right now.
Probably.
Maybe we played 1 best of 5. I only remember the Vayne game, of course, the Vayne
Yes,
instant where he went for a bad engage with me. So probably gonna look to bait you again today.
I guess so.
It looks like it's going to be fun. I mean, you know, Fnatic G2 throwing some gold leads here, you know, some coin flips there, base races. I think a lot of people are excited and hyped about this match. And I think if we're maybe being like very blunt, Fnatic is in a very good spot to be able to finally take the win. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would say we're in a good spot. Has to do as well with the competition being a bit worse.
Oh,
But
you're just gonna let him say that?
It's definitely.
I mean, he can say what he wants. Of course, it's a new patch for us. We're like not entirely undefeated on the patch, but pretty much undefeated. so I would be very surprised if we even drop a game today.
I would say that for winter playoffs, you were just lucky there wasn't a best of 5. Otherwise, you would have got reverse swept. Just saying.
So you're saying we're going to be 2-0 today?
Yeah, and then you got a reverse swept.
All right.
Does it being fearless make it even more exciting?
Yeah, I think so.
I would say as well. I agree. I agree. It makes it.
Can we then? I know you guys don't want to leak too much out of the game, obviously, but could we potentially expect something a little more exciting from G2 this time around when it comes to the drafts?
Yeah, I mean, definitely we have been cooking up some strategies.
Some Gragas.
Maybe
What?
Maybe some Gragas.
Of course, Gragas in Madrid, so in the last.
Of course, knowing Mickey as well, I know all of his cheese picks. So.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Drigo has been on it, looking through my solo queues and finding all the spicy picks I've been preparing. Never know what I'm gonna pull out in the given situation, but
I would say our prep is actually like close to perfect. So we have a pretty good read of what you guys will play like every game.
But it has to be perfect to beat us.
And
so
we already
unlucky.
prepared every draft. So I don't want to say it on broadcast, but I have a pretty good.
But you are on
read
broadcast.
Yeah, I don't want to say which exact champions, but I have a pretty good idea of what he will actually play. Game 5 as well, and Game 4, like how the draft will look. And we've been like practicing it on repeat. the whole weeks. So
Fair enough. Because I don't even know.
we're
I'll
ready.
just flip a coin and see what happens.
Does it being teammates in the past make this more personal, or just does it make it easier maybe because like you're in each other's heads, you know what you're gonna do?
Yeah, I guess a bit of both, yeah. Definitely, I mean, it's also harder, I guess, because we're good, I think.
Yeah, okay, you think? Very confident.
Yeah, it's for sure more fun because there's some things that I would not go for against normal players, or like if I would not play with nameplates. But I remember especially like the Puppy game, the first time I played against you, I flashed on your tower level 2 just because it was caps. And it was so bad, but it was like, yeah, for sure.
And for you, Caps?
Yeah, I mean, definitely it makes it very fun getting flashed on. Of course, I'm ready for it now. I've adapted. I've, as I said, very prepared coming into the series, expecting a confident victory.
All right. I am looking forward to it. I like the vibes you guys are going for right now. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Good luck to both of you in the game. Athia, back to you.
Thank you so much. That was such a fun interview. Oh my lord. It's like they're still on the same team, but they're not.
Yeah, it's nice to see Caps trying to get in Mickey's head, and Mickey's like, no, I know every trick in your book.
I know your tricks. Yeah, we'll see indeed. But Fnatic versus G2 on the horizon. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And as we get into Ginny.
It's Casey MCoy waiting room for playoffs.
What? That's tomorrow.
Yes, I know, but it's match of the week for
Yes?
a reason.
Okay, listen, come. You're new gen, but actually Fnatic G2 is pretty hype. Come on,
Fnatic
take a walk.
Megalo?
Fnatic G2,
Okay,
take a walk with me. Take a walk with me. So, I know Casey MCoy, I'm looking forward to it as well. It's an amazing new rivalry. But this one, you know, us who've been around for very, very long, we've liked this one too. You know, Casey,
Because
MCoy is tomorrow, but G2 and Fnatic have played some of the most entertaining games ever. Literally, there's this one game in 2019, it was crazy. Then 2020 as well, backdoors, AK gold leads.
Nothing's
throws.
changed.
Nothing changed, maybe, who knows? But yeah, they've always been so entertaining, and I know it's been a couple of years, but they deserve to be named as a cool rivalry as well.
So does that mean that they were like going back and forth with the titles? They were winning, they were losing?
Kind of, like
All right.
once, but this is what happened, basically. Fnatic got this player called Caps. Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
Caps.
You've heard that name.
Yes.
And the way we were so excited for Kalist, that kind of also happened for Caps. We were so
right.
excited to see him play. He was a little bit toxic in solo queue, but
Slay.
we don't talk about that. Anyways, they win titles again. They're back. They're back, right? Yeah, no.
Yeah, they're back, yeah.
Yeah, G2 says, yoink. Yeah.
No way.
Yes, they grabbed Caps. They stole it from under Fnatic's noses, and then G2 just went on a tear. They kept winning until winter, of course, and a couple of Mad Lions victories. Yeah, here sorry, not on the graphic for some reason, but in winter, of course, KC won. And I think, Ginny, that's what makes this so exciting to me specifically,
right.
because when we're fighting for this trophy, KC is now standing there saying to everyone else, what are you going to do about it, right? But Fnatic and G2, they have a chip on their shoulder.
I would say specifically so for Fnatic then, because if you steal their mid laner, but now they stole your support and they're actually doing really well, that means that Fnatic, like, they have a chance, like 2018.
Maybe they're back.
It's almost like 10 years, because it's 2025, it's not that, but
It's not
anyway,
that long, okay?
No, it is though.
So are you getting more excited about it?
Yeah,
or
I'm
not?
getting there.
Okay.
I understand where we're going with this.
I
But
love
G2
that you
then.
brought up Mickey as well, and that's what it is. I think make the rivalry great again. Make G2
right.
Fnatic great again. And yeah,
If anything, G2 might not be able to do it this time around.
maybe, who
considering
knows?
how they've
Everybody
been.
here is excited for Fnatic G2.
I'm
She
excited
is
too.
finally excited for Fnatic G2. Let's get into the spring playoffs.
In the end, we still made it in top 4. I think that we've made some mistakes that we'll not make again in playoffs.
Casey look for the dive. This is the final layer of the Good Night chapter. KC are doing it once again.
We beat them in Madrid. I think maybe they have a mental block against us now, since they have been doing worse than expectations.
Fnatic in Madrid take down G2.
Me and Lavrov, since we joined G2, the pressure in our shoulders has been really strong. G2 basically won every split, expect one. And yeah, first split we already lost the final, which is like, should not be a good sign, right? We maybe need like that little sparkle to be the best duo in the league. And obviously like right now we are not, because we are not consistent enough.
We have won in this part of the bracket many times, only to lose in the end. So it's the time where we can actually win.
for it. Blade will flash in, but 2v1 just ain't fair. A counter-strike through. Khalid gets jumped on. Cleansed immediately. Broken Blade!
Ulti back from Humanoid, breathing light into G2. Fnatic holding on, Gatling gun, pushing in, looking for a few more rockets. Dashes into the midst of the fight, but might just give his life. Hansama taking out, he can't get the auto down. Skewmon burned.
I think we are stronger than them.
Mickey, but perhaps too late. Oh, it's a perfect predict! He's living in his head! Oh my god!
These players will be a good chance to show to everyone that this choice that G2 took wasn't the wrong one.